Thanks for joining us midweek here. Tonight, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Warriors, they slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Well, I think for San Antonio, they're going in the wrong direction. The good news, it's still super early in the season. Lots of games still to be played and lots of time to flip the switch.
Now Washington's starting five. Malcolm Brogdon out there with Jordan Poole. Then there's Saddiq Bey. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Kuzma in at the 4 spot. And for the Spurs, Paul and Castle comprise the backcourt. Wembanyama out there with Barnes. And it's Champagnie at the small forward position. Talking about this match. Up we have here, Richard. Two teams that are very focused on the youth movement.
Yeah, a lot of young guys on both squads, which should make for some exciting plays, as well as some inevitable learning experiences.
And they're on the break. Here's Paul. Back to Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. Out to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries again. Paul, shot is off. Poole finds Brogdon. On the wing, Kuzma. Back to Brogdon. Bey with it. Valanciunas sets a screen. And Bey is good for 3.
Well, Bey knows his team needs this from him, and he's just finding ways to get productive at the arc.
Paul against Brogdon. Outside for Wembanyama. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Greg Popovich and I were able to chat. I talked with him about how he's approaching matching up with Jordan Poole tonight, and he said to make sure we don't lose him on defense, we have to talk and we have to know where he is. Expects his team to be very active and talkative here tonight. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise-low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing their future and developing talent. I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession and he'll slam it home.
It's Poole on the wing. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game.
Castle, first personal foul. First team foul.
Bey outside. Valanciunas sets a screen. 5 to shoot. Bey passes to Valanciunas. The shot's good.
And check out how in sync Valanciunas is with the ball handler. They've clearly practiced that move plenty of times.
Here's Paul. From deep, Wembanyama drills it from deep. Wembanyama's got 5.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And Washington making a change here. Kispert's checked in. Pass to Valanciunas. Outside Brogdon. Back to Kispert. And there's a defensive 3-second call. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Spurs with some experienced additions, bringing in Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. Their mentorship is likely just as valuable to this young roster as their contributions on the court. And with legendary head coach Greg Popovich, they're creating an environment for growth in San Antonio. They're really building things the right way, guys.
All right, Shams, appreciate the report. Ball finds Wembanyama. And the 3 off target.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Brogdon from outside, and the Wizards with another three.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Spurs trail by 7. They need this. And Paul puts it in.
I love how creative Paul is at penetrating inside. Talented at reading angles and exploiting the holes in the D.
Kispert outside. Back to Brogdon. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Driving inside. And the layup is good. Brogdon's got his second basket on the night.
The ability to finish through contact has always been a skill of Brogdon.
Wembanyama, screen on Poole. Outside Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Washington. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. They lost to the Rockets.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Outside Bagley. Here's the three. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Spurs trail by 7. Paul with it. Checked by Bagley. Wembanyama down low. That's his third basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Paul with a steal. Outside Wembanyama. Paul looking it over. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Left side Coulibaly. There's a screen. To the inside. Kispert banked it in off the glass.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
5 ticks left in the first. From deep, Wembanyama. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Wizards up by 5. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
Paul and Castle comprise the backcourt. Harrison Barnes out there with Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie at the 3 spot. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Now here's Coulibaly. Yet to see a basket. Back to Bay. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Coulibaly. Tight defense on him. Rebounded by Castle.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. A line change here for San Antonio.
Substitution on the court.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Bagley sets a screen. Connects from downtown. Bay's got 6. Well, Grant, this is the time of year when these teams are starting to know what they have.
Yeah, B.A., sometimes it takes a while with personnel changes or coaching changes too. But now you have a good chunk of games under your belt and the camaraderie has grown. And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Here's Wesley following the score by Washington. And Collins with the slam.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Now here's Koulibaly. He's guarded by Vassell to the left side wing. Outside Koulibaly. The three-pointer off the mark. Spurs trail by 4. Down low. Back come the Spurs in transition. Let's have a look at the leaderboard now and see the toughest defensive teams in the league these past 10 games. Number 1, the Wizards. Second, the Spurs.
Great game planning by both of these coaching staffs as of late. Both teams have been effective defensively.
So for Washington, Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Bagley, and Malcolm Brogdon is subbed in for Bay. You know, from the 2020 bubble till late 2021, Zach Collins didn't play a single game. He missed over a year, Richard.
Yeah, underwent ankle surgery, missing a ton of games. Despite that, Zach's come back stronger, really improving all aspects of his game.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
They set the screen. Wesley, the pass to Johnson. Inside, here's Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Unselfish to the core. Johnson looking to make plays for others.
Washington leading by 4. Here's Sarr. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for Washington. Poole comes in for Koulibaly. You know, after playing as a starter most of his career, Keldon Johnson showed he can act as a 6th man if needed, Richard.
Not every player can make that switch mentally. Johnson brings the same energy as a starter as he does to the second unit. It's a great attitude on that young man.
Sadiq Bey, he's checked in for Sarr. And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. For San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Collins. Barnes comes in for Mahmoud Kelishvili. And it's Champagnie in for Johnson. Now here's Vassell, still without a bucket. Outside for Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama hitting from deep.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him delivering.
Basket's good. Brogdon's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Wesley. Wembanyama with it, guarded by Brogdon. Wembanyama against Brogdon. Oh, Wembanyama reaches up and throws it down.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Poole shot is off. For San Antonio, they've gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. To the left wing. Back to Wembanyama. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And so it's Bey who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. Next up, they'll face the Hawks in Atlanta. And that'll mark the end of this 5-game road trip.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Valanciunas, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Valanciunas has got 7 points in the game. The Spurs have gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Here's Wesley. There's the drive.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Here's Brogdon. And he gets it to go off the front iron. 9 points in the game. Left side Barnes. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Washington leading by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome, everybody. The Washington Wizards in our featured matchup, and what a competitive half it's been.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
They sure made it look easy at times. What a half. And now, moving on, a look at the players of the week deserving of the recognition. In the East, Cade Cunningham.
When it comes to running the offense, he's been exceptional, making smart play calls and setting the tempo.
He is definitely the leader they need him to be, and the production speaks for itself. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him, and then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
San Antonio trailing here. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
B.A., they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
On the court for Washington, we've got Sadiq Bey, Jordan Poole out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. And it's Washington with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio. It's Kuzma with the miss. Paul with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Wembanyama, pass to Paul. Back to Wembanyama. Oh! Wembanyama throws it down.
They have no answer for Wemby tonight. And honestly, I'm not sure how they could defend him.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Wizards last season for the first time in a long time hitting the reset button. A losing record, no surprise, but they're trying to build something from the ground up. Enough of treading water in the middle, Brian. They're 45 straight seasons without hitting 50 wins, the longest such streak.
Going up top, it's Wembanyama.
If I had a Victor on my team, I am always looking at him for that lob.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Taking a look at some numbers here for Keldon Johnson.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Brogdon. 9 points in the game. On the wing, Kuzma. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
To the paint. Barnes passes to Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
And Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama, 7'4", skilled. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one one of the most skilled.
It's Kuzma with the miss.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Barnes passes to Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Back to Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Wembanyama screen. Spurs need to get one up here. Off the mark there with a 3.
The D has to respect his range. He made 2 in the first half, and he's capable of draining even more here in the second.
Brogdon with a screen on Paul. To the middle. Stolen by Wembanyama. Barnes in the post. Bay's there. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That'll belong to Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, no hesitation from Barnes. Knew he was going to get the whistle. Laid right through.
RJ with Harrison Barnes on the roster. A team can count on durability and reliability.
Oh, and don't forget about the veteran leadership he brings to the table. You can't underestimate how important it is to have a champion and a veteran like that in your locker room.
Koulibaly, he's checked in for Washington. Kispert comes in for Malcolm Brogdon.
2 minutes remaining.
Kuzma against Barnes. Kuzma, the pass to Valanciunas. The layup off target. And it's the Spurs ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much.
As his career has progressed, Johnson has really improved as a playmaker.
The Wizards trail by 9. Outside Koulibaly. Here's Bay. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
And San Antonio making a change here. Mamukelashvili's checked in. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Bagley's checked in. Kispert outside. Pass to Kuzma. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by San Antonio.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Vassell passes to Collins. Here's Wesley. He's covered by Bagley. And that one is hammered home.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Up top, Bay. Pass to Kuzma. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
You know, I think Kuzma has underrated quickness. It's part of what helps him finish at the rim so well.
Vassell outside. There's the triple. And it's Bagley with a rebound. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Now Koulibaly. And here's Bagley. The 3. Pure from 3-point range. And now just a 5-point Spurs lead.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Here's Wesley. Give him 8. Driving to the basket. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Spurs. They lead by 7. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. Greg Popovich addressing his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Let's play even smarter and make sure we play harder than them. Let's go. Step out. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Mentally, physically, Greg Popovich wants each guy to try and elevate his game.
Yeah, and a lot of that starts on the defensive end. And that's where the tone is set. It literally ripples through everything else they do.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Vassell and Johnson are the 2 and the 3. Then there's Zach Collins, and it's Wesley in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Sarr passes to Baldwin. Fires from 14, and he makes it.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this win.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. George, he's checked in for Washington. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Greg Popovich's level. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And stolen by Bagley. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Shot's good by Sarr.
Yeah, I love seeing Sarr get a little more physical there inside.
Bagley against Paul from deep. Wembanyama. The rebound by the Wizards.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Pass to Coulibaly. Back to George. Fades. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 6th rebound on the night. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Oh, and the jam by Wembanyama.
Oh, showing Wemby. That was sick.
Pass to Bagley. There's the 3. Hits the trifecta.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Now here's Paul. Right side, Wembanyama. In traffic, Wemby goes to work.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
So Washington ends up going with a new group. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Bay. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Spurs.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And also, their mid-range game has been outstanding. They're just finding holes in the defense and exploiting them.
Here's Wembanyama. The big man, Wemby for 2.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Outside Brogdon. Bay from long range. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Paul passes to Wembanyama. Paul against Brogdon. Paul drives in. And that one drops for him. And now a 7-point San Antonio lead.
The defense looking lazy there. You can't allow Paul to get inside like this. That's just asking for trouble.
Kuzma, right side. Basket is good on the assist from Brogdon. Brogdon's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, not one to lack confidence. Kuzma won't hesitate to pull the trigger in the big moments. Not afraid.
Now Paul. Wembanyama screen. 4 on the clock. He buries it from 3. Wembanyama's got 35.
And you've got to worry about Wembanyama everywhere. He puts a defense to the test.
Champagny, the pass to Wembanyama. Knocked away.
They grab the long rebound, resetting the shot clock.
Here's Castle. Wembanyama, screen on Brogdon. Back to Wembanyama. Over Brogdon. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Now here's Bay, guarded closely. Kuzma for three. Rebounded by the Spurs. Well, Grant, this game looks just about over.
BA, all they really need to do is just work that clock, don't turn it over, and this game is a wrap.
Brogdon against Paul. So it's San Antonio with the W. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
HB, you have playoff experience. What's your advice to these teammates to get to that level?
We have the talent, we have the coaching. It's just a matter of every day approaching that with that mindset that we're going to go take it. I think if we come out with the energy and focus that we've shown that we can do, we'll put ourselves in a great position to have fun in the postseason.
The mental is just as important as the physical. Thanks so much, HB.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we present the player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.